Okay, here we are. Let's take a look at some of the cinematography and short film we made called The Talk. So I can't show it to y'all, but we can. Here we are. I'm driving down the street. It's night time. It's rainy. What's that? Oh no. Cops, lights flashing. Gotta pull over. Oh no. Okay, flashback 10 years ago. I'm a kid now, and it's morning time. I'm eating some breakfast, and I'm listening to the radio and the news. My dad's got to talk to me, and it's real important, and it gets kind of intense. And so we move in real close. We get more intense. All right. And it's heavy. It looks intense. I don't know. And then, cherries and berries, flashback. Here we are again, 10 years later. Lights, rain. Whoop. So, there it is. So let's take a look-see here. So in this shot, we haven't started to lie to you yet. No, that's a lie. It was not raining that night, believe it or not. Yeah, I covered the windows in, this is a mixture of vegetable glycerin and distilled water, and just sprayed them all down with that. Easy peasy. We're shooting anamorphic for the modern stuff, so you see the oval bokeh like on these street lights here and here and here and here. Instead of round, it's oval, or you can get some funky shapes closer to the edges and stuff. Very cool, like some vintage anamorphics. So yeah, we start out driving. We move in from the back seat to a close-up. Again, we see the water on the window texture and the lights outside. Adding some, let me change color there. Adding some texture and just while we see here, he is driving, and we've got our main light coming in from the front, and the side that is far from us, we've got shadow on our side, and so it's coming in from the windshield and the window. You could see in his eye here a catch light right there. Pull back out for a little medium here. Yeah, like I said, we got a lot of level coming through the front on the driver's side, and of course we're gonna have some coming through the window. That gives us this level here on the front, while keeping the shadow side here, so we get some nice shape to the face. At this point, I am lying to it. I'm gonna take this photo right here to explain what's going on. Out on his hood, not on his hood, on the side of his car, above the wheel well, on the driver's side, I put a beach towel down, and then used some gaff tape and literally taped a light stand to the car, sticking basically straight up, on top of which I attached a tube light, not too big, and set it to 6500 Kelvin to get a nice cool quote-unquote moonlight or street lights, emulation coming through, and it worked really well, actually, better than I expected. and you would never have known. You'd have said it was a rainy night with a bright moon, right? Well, I'll let you in on the secret. Now here's just a really good example of the texture that light, that rain on the window is creating with that light. Just why I would choose to do that. Because just like imagine how boring it would be if none of this was here. It was all just dark, bokeh balls, the oval. No bokeh from this quote-unquote rain. It's just a dark window. I mean, it might be okay, might be fine, but we can do better, right? Right? Look at that. So, why not do better? Next, we're back close up again. We're in his thoughts. We're getting to know this guy. We see the key light is giving us this reflection in the eye called a catch light. Reflection of the light that's out there on the outside of the car shining through. This is just a nice close-up. We get some of that texture on the window out there. This is just getting you into his headspace, kind of, right? And it's just the one light with the outside lights and the sprayed down windows. Oh no, we got the berries and cherries here. Must be the cops. So what could that be? A couple of tube lights in the back seat, both set to like an emergency mode. If I just timed them right so that one red, blue, whatever. So he's noticing that. We've got that going on. The two tube lights back here, one tube light up here, and that's what we're working with. The water over here. It's all very carefully planned out. A wider shot of it. You can see it's pretty hot here, and that's where the closest part you can see to our tube light is. So it's the hottest part of the frame, obviously. That's where our light is coming from. And we got our tube lights in the back seat doing their thing here. Just another example with the red. And we flash back 10 years to July 2014, and early morning, he's eating some breakfast. His dad gets up. They're listening to the radio, right? We got the early morning sun pushing level through these shears, softening it up, giving us a nice soft glowy morning look. Light bouncing off the table, fill them in and everything, right? No, not exactly. So, outside the window here, I've got a light stand, 400 watt bicolor LED, pushing 3200 Kelvin, nice warm light through that, all of it that I can. So that we've got early morning sun as long as we need it. We shot this in the middle of the night. It's called night for day. So there's also a procedure called day for night. I've done that as well, but the shears soften up our light, give us some diffusion so it's not too hard. The light's gonna soften up some more when it bounces off the tablecloth. So we'll get a little bit of wrap and fill from that, but I did not add any on this wide shot. It is this shot, all the light is coming from this window here, and what's bounced off of the tablecloth. Now, that's still our key light. It's still pushing in. When I came in for the closer shots, a lot of people, most of the time, will bring in bigger light sources closer to the talent, closer to the frame, because you can now. I could have had a big light source right here if I wanted. That would be nice and soft, use it to like wrap around him, but I didn't. I wanted it to match the tone, which was heavy, and so I wanted hard light, so I kept the light just how it was coming in through there, and we've got a nice hard light, defined shadows, punchy, with some crisp shadows over here. It's not too crunchy, not too dark or whatever, but what we've also got going on here is a nice cool tube light above the sink, pushing a little bit of level down there in the background, so that wall and the sink, the dishes kind of have a little bit of a cool look behind him, and a lamp over here just doing the opposite on the counter, putting a warm spot behind him here, so we've just got a little color contrast. We are kind of shooting into the corner of the room, the L I call it, so that we get some depth. It's a two-dimensional image, but you're trying to create the look of a 3D image. So anyway, same basic setup for the kid, except he doesn't have anything really going on behind him, so I set up this lamp here. We don't have the kitchen. We are still shooting into the corner, right, trying to get as much depth as we can there. We've got the fairly hard sunlight, quote unquote, coming in through the window, giving us our key light. Now at this point, I have added, just out of frame here, a tube light on a light stand, 3200 Kelvin, to give him like an edge light. So you'll see like around his ear, right here, around his shoulder, outlining him so that he doesn't fall into the shadows in the back. I'm using a tube light to do that, and yep, I've got one on Dad as well here, so he's got a tube light right here. So we did add that when we moved into the medium here, so instead of just the window, we also had the tube light. Now then, things get a little more intense. We push in closer to the 85mm. I'm using vintage lenses. These are Super Takumar lenses from the 60s that I've modified for video use, and I use them for these flashback scenes. Like I said, I used the anamorphic lenses for the modern scenes. I used modern anamorphics. For the flashback scenes, I used some vintage lenses and a more classic 4:3 aspect ratio. So, with the grainy kind of film look and everything. So, this is exactly the same setup as before, basically. We've got the key light pushing our level in here. We've got a tube light over here out of frame, giving us a little bit of level on the edges here, outlining him so that he doesn't fall into shadow. And his close-up, exactly the same. Key light still coming from the window, giving him all of this. We've got some deep shadows because it's a deep scene. It's heavy and everything. And then we do have the edge light over here, giving the rim light to edge him out from the shadows there. And That's how that one was lit. Now we flash back forward after our little lighting gimmick thing we had. We've got our main key light, remember, coming in from right about there, so giving us a nice rim light on the hands here. This highlight here, we're getting this red coming in from the tube lights in the back seat back here. Just an insert shot, nice close-up for detail, building the mood. We've got some beautiful bokeh out here, these nice ovals, adding texture and everything. The window getting the light from those droplets. This awesome reflection in his glasses right there. That's a cool shot, along with the red, obviously, and the key light. And then we still have pretty solid. Most of the shadow is lit up by the red, but we still got a pretty good strip right there separating us from our key light. Another little insert shot like the hand thing. So we've just got one red level coming from the back. So you'll notice like it's on the back side of the hand side that's facing the back seat, but on the front side of the hand facing the windshield, we're getting level from the key light, edging out our finger here and the hand, giving them like an outline, so to speak, kind of, as he just turns that off. And we've got a little red there, a little bokeh there that's nice, things like that. But yeah, just another little insert shot as the mood builds. He's waiting for the cop. He's looking down, not feeling so great. Again, just pushing the level through here, kind of at an angle. Almost giving him some Rembrandt lighting in this position, actually. It happened to work out very well. So, oops. Got this here, then a nice rim on the nose. Let's edge this. Nice edge on that hat. Nice edge on this arm here. Edge out this part of the door. I'll get our arm through there. Bop. And we've got this beautiful detail coming from the rain droplets. And then boom, cop shows up, knocks on the window. Since we're using anamorphic lenses, we get these beautiful horizontal flares, which are actually elongated ovals stretched out. But when you point something like a flashlight or a point source into them, they catch a flare, and they're gonna give us something like this. That's very cool. And then got more kind of coming off of here, along with some red on the back side of things to kind of edging out that side to. Oh, there's some more over here, kind of just hitting things nice. Key lights giving us this edge on a guy, along with all of this. And we did not want to be able to see the cop, obviously. You can't, and that was by choice. This was supposed to be just kind of blinding and then cut to black, basically, right? So that is the kind of a basic little cinematography breakdown for the talk. So, maybe if you get into cinematography and learn about lighting and uh, lenses and angles and camera movement and things like that, you'll never be able to watch a movie the same way again. You're thinking about it the whole time. But anyway, that's that there. This little breakdown is much longer than the movie itself was, but that's the way it goes. You put a lot more time into something like this than into making a movie than you do watching the movie. You put a month into making a 5 minute film, but so it is. Such it is. Such is art. Such is life. If it's worth it, you do it. So anyway, that's that. I hope you learned something or were at least entertained, found it interesting, whatever. But we're gonna get these short films out and released pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, this is Kevin Douglas or Captain Redbeard coming at you from Soul Body Media, and hoping you have a great day. Peace.